Good day all. It's Blake again, back with a much requested video on how to install the GIPro X-Type and also the Speedohealer. Mine's a V4 by Healtech. The installation is going to be similar between the two of these, so I figure I'd kind of go over this. I've only installed my GIPro right now. This is the gear indicator. I have not installed my Speedohealer yet, so tapping off the same point, I'm not sure if it's actually going to work yet or not. I have to do that to make sure. Basically, I went and got all the instructions off of the Healtech website. I went through them all. I decided I would follow the universal harness kit instructions for both. I'm primarily going to concentrate on the X-Type right now, the GIPro. Speedohealer is pretty much the same. Basically what we need is a power, ground, white, which is the speed signal, which is hard to find, to say the least, and the tachometer signal, which is basically your crankshaft position sensor. And for the 701, there isn't very much information out there. I actually had to go to the Husqvarna dealer and buy the DVD to get a hold of the wiring diagrams for the Husqvarna 701, which I did, and it took me a lot of going through them all to basically find the wheel speed sensor for the speedometer and also the crankshaft position sensor, which I have up here for the other portion. I also searched on forums and looked at ABS dongle information as well. So basically, to make a long story short, it took me hours to figure out how to do this. So I hope this makes the installation a lot easier for you than it was for me. Okay, as usual, it's windy here. You can see I have my GIPro installed here. I have to excuse the bike. I just got back from vacation and it's been ridden in the rain. It's still dirty and covered in bugs. Basically, you get 4 wires, your red and black. They're pretty simple. They go to your power and your ground. The white wire that comes off for your speed signal, this one took me forever to find. Lots of forum reading from 690 information and whatnot. This is my power distribution center here. This is the wire that comes in from the Speedohealer. It's got your power and your ground, and then your 2 signal wires. So the white wire that comes off of that is your wire for your speed signal, also off the ABS sensor as well. So I tracked back from the ABS light here, because it actually has all the wires installed, all the wires in it. Let me get it in screen here. It comes through here and over to this plug, and then I read somewhere on a 690 forum that it's the black and orange wire that comes off on the opposite side of the plug, on the male side that plugs in there, and I tapped my white wire directly into that. You can see it's the black and orange wire. That's the most important one. I had to cut back, obviously, the shielding so that I could get to it. That's where you want to go for that. You want to go your white wire into your black and orange. The green wire that you can see coming off here is for your crank position sensor. It's down here, and what I did was, because it was kind of an experiment at the time, was I took my green wire and tapped it onto a black wire because I had lots of it, and the black wire I routed up. Let me grab my instructions here. Okay. The black wire I routed up underneath and ran it. You can barely see it, trying to get it into focus here. See if I can get in there. Anyway, I ran it down in alongside of the airbox in here on the frame. Ran it along the frame on the inside behind here, and then brought it down here. You can see it here. I had to cut a bunch of my zip ties off so you could actually make out what I'm doing here. So I ran it around, and then underneath here, and then if you look up here, there's this plug. It's got 2 wires. It's got a white wire, and then that's white with a yellow stripe, and then blue with a yellow stripe. And those plug into the plug which goes to your crank position sensor. And you can see where I tried to tap it into the blue wire. I did not get a signal. You want to tap it into the white and yellow stripe one. And that's your crank position sensor. That's the green wire coming off your Speedohealer wires, which again I made a black extension wire and I tapped it onto that. That's where you can get your crank position sensor wires from. That's it there. That's your crank position sensor. So if you want to install Speedohealer or the GIPro, both, or anything that requires crank position, that's the wire to go for. White with a yellow stripe. Other than that, I taped everything all back up. I had to pull it all back off so I could make this video, but I taped it all back up. I sealed it up and taped it out of the way, tucked it up way in there so it's pretty much invisible, and made all the wires disappear, and it works. This wire is just for my other Vision X light bar that I'm going to be mounting across the handlebars as well, so that's what that is if you're curious. That's coming. I figured I'd wire all three, my two halo pods plus the light bar at the same time. So yeah, to recap, black and orange wire to the white wire, green wire goes down to the yellow striped with the white, and that's tucked way up in here. It is really hard to get to, and I had to unplug it, and it's really not in an easy spot to get to at all. But that's how you do it. Hope this video helps. I know I've had a lot of requests for how to install the GIPro. It's not easy to try and navigate the World Wide Web resources out there to be able to track down where the wires go. There's just no information anywhere on it. And the information that's inside the owner's manual and the service manual, because I own them both, is not really the best either. Their wiring diagrams are sporadic at best. Hope this helps. If you have any other questions, again, let me know. I'll see what I can do to help you out, and enjoy your day. It's beautiful out here. Bye for now.